Hey guys, how's everything going? This is JSer. In the previous video, we've looked through the RFC useEvent from React. It's gonna be a new built-in hook from React that allow us to easily prevent unnecessary rendering, not re-rendering, but unnecessary invalidation of a callback. We are already familiar with use callback, right? It's a way to like use memo on callback functions, but in reality, it's there are many cases that it is purely use callback is not enough. In this video, I'm going to introduce some alternative solutions to address this problem other than use event. But I must say that use event is a better or easier way of solving the problem. And of course, React team, they are like a genius guys. They have thought about this. I think all kinds of approaches, and they have jumped to this conclusion that use event will be the right direction. But anyway, I'll try to solve it with some other approaches, and hopefully it can help us understand the situation, understand the problem better, and also get us some inspiration about related problems other than this callback invalidation dilemma. Okay, so the first part of this video is that we're going to reproduce the problem about what useEvent is trying to solve. Okay, and then we're going to have a solution by ourselves. Cool. So the example actually is already put in the description of this RFC. It's actually yeah, very simple. So let's just recreate it. Basically, we need some input. Yeah, suppose we have an input and the send button, like text. Set text and use state empty. Input value equals text. This is actually a callback, and we're very familiar, so let's just use callback here, and the event should be React change event HTML input. It should be something like this. And we can just set text, current target, value. And the dependencies empty, and it should be working. Yeah, and also let's have a button and called send button. Props, we can, I should not use any here, but let's okay, yeah, let's set it, let's make it better, like on click, on send, click, it should be let's just use some empty function here, and we return a button, send, and on click, and we can use this send button on click equals send, and then we need to create the send. Cool, this is our app. Let's give it a try. Send one, send 112. Great. So this is maybe the naive solution, naive implementation, but there is a huge problem is that this component actually it's re-rendered every time that the text changes. Let's just add the console log here. Yeah, this is unnecessary. The problem is that actually, because the send button is already hard coded inside of this app. Anytime the app is re-rendered, this send button will be re-rendered. Even though we use the callback here, React use callback here, it will be re-rendered still. So it's not about a send function. Yeah. So the memo is necessary here. Okay, but if we do not use the callback here, it still will update re-render the send button. You can see that. So we need a callback and this button, callback and memo together. So now, yeah, it's not re-render, but there's another problem, which is the problem we're gonna solve. Yeah, if you create send, you can see that it's empty. Why? Because the text here is actually empty. This is a bit difficult to understand, but I think you can find on my YouTube channel about the effect, about use effect. It's why it's called hooks. This is not some ordinary function. It's some hooks that is hooks a piece of data. Here is actually a function. It's a piece of some data hooked into the fiber, which is the app component here. So in the fiber structure, there's a node for this for this app, and there is a hook which hooks the piece of this state, and also hooks this callback function. So this dependency is a way to let the React runtime update the hooks data. If we set it empty, this hook will only get the initial data, which is the empty text, and stick there to forever, because it's not on the rendering graph. I would say it's not on the picture. It's some hidden data hooked to this fiber, and so yeah, we cannot get the thing here. So in order to fix this, we need to address the text, to add the text dependency here, right? And we can get the text right now. Yeah, it's 1 2 2 1 2 3, but you will see that this is a problem. If you want a text here, and this text will change anytime we change the input, and thus this send will be updated every time, and this send button will be re-rendered anytime, or every time. Like, yeah, this is the paradox here. If you want to get the data, it will break the semantics of the use callback, and if you want to keep it static, and this one will actually will not allow us to get the latest data. So useEvent is here to solve this problem, but we're going to try to solve this problem without a useEvent. So before it is ready, what can we do about it? So the only thing that it is persistent across different render is actually ref, right? So if you want to access something in this callback function without updating, without triggering the update of this function, we can only access into ref. That's how the linters will stop complaining. So the state here text, obviously it's not okay. Let's create some text ref. And we need to update the update the data to the ref. This is a ref hook. Not hook. This is a hook. Yeah, it's a ref hook. We need to update it, so we can set it to use layout effect. We can use use effect. It doesn't matter here, but layout effect has sooner is applied sooner than use effect. When each time the text is changed, we update the text ref, the current to text, and then we can just set to the not use text now, but use the text ref.text current 1, 2, 3. So this is the naive solution actually with what we have right now, but you can see that it's pretty not easy to use, right? For this part, it's actually some common logic to wrap some piece of data to a ref, and yeah, and also the use text ref.current is something we don't want. Naively, I think we need a way to hide this piece of two pieces. One, the ref wrapping, and also the ref accessing here. This dot current is pretty ugly. So let's wrap it up. Let's create some hooks called function use some ref data. I would say forget about naming. This is some data. S data could be anything. Yeah, and inside we create a ref. Just copy the code here. We create, this is ref, and use the data. And with the data changes, we update the current data. And we could use the ref, return the ref. Okay, so slightly better here. Text to ref equals use data text. Let's see if it works. 1, 2, 3, not re-rendering, and also we could get the data. The second thing is how we can remove the current here. This is kind of impossible, right? But let's say there's two text, like text 2, like text 2, set text 2, 6 text 2, and you want to use the text 2. The multiple states that need to be accessed inside of this callback, we actually need to create two text ref, text 2 ref, text 2, and the text 2 ref current. Not rendering, the two are also updated, but I can see that these are becoming more and more problematic, right? First, I don't like the dot current. What is this? I need to like wrap everything inside of it. It's just not cool. But it works actually. It solved the data. Solved the problem we're having. Solved the problem which useEvent is trying to solve here. It works perfect. And if there is only one text ref, I think it's pretty acceptable. And if there's multiple of them, it's gonna be not very elegant, right? So I'm here to say that we can not return ref, but return some function. And this is some function that could, wait a minute, this function could get us the latest data. So this function will be stable. What do we do? We need to use return the use callback, and yeah, and when this function will be stable all the time, and it will return ref current. So yeah, so now, and also we need to support multiple data, right? So this is data, I would say, create multiple of them. Data args, like say, items, args, okay. So let's say refs equals args map, use ref, but these args will change all the time. Interesting. How I can say if I can use the ref data, is it possible that, okay, let's first forget about it. Let's just first use the one item data here. Yeah, this is it, and we can use the ref data. This is the function accessor, right? The getter to get the ref data. So let's here get text. Use ref data text, and we can use here because it's stable now. It doesn't introduce a problem, so we can get text 1. Use ref data. Ref use data ref. Okay. Let's get text. It's not it's not wrapped in the array. Okay, get text, and here is get text 2. We can put it here. Get text 2. Cool. You working? Okay, return. Okay, yeah, this is not necessary. 1, 1, 3. Perfect. So it's working actually. But here's still the thing. Even though we removed the current, this is still not look elegant. Is there a way that we can wrap all of them? Like for this callback, we can group them in together. Group all the dependency that doesn't need to be triggered, and doesn't trigger the callback update invalidation. So basically, what we want is to allow this use ref data to accept multiple data source, right? Yeah, so here let's change it to args. This is any, and this is ref. It's not ref. It's refs. It's refs. So args map react use ref, and these args actually will be our dependency array, and when it is changed, we need to update the data, right? So yeah, here's the problem. It's not performant. I'm not sure if it is not changed. Yeah, we don't need to do anything. But if it is changed, we need to update for all the refs because we don't know which is which. Here it's in the order, right? So anyway, let's do this roughly. We can say that for when it is changed, because this is based on the order, this should be based on the order as well. So 0 I smaller than args.length plus refs I dot current equals args.I. So this is the update, and when we get a callback, we return the refs map ref current. So this supports multiple data here now, and we could get text, get data. I would say get data, use ref data text, and text 2 here, and now we can only have one function. Like it works like a portal or something, right? It's something say, okay, we group the data dependency together, and now you can use the data. And here now we say what we do. We can text 2 get data. and we can now use text2. 1 not re-rendering, send. Yeah, get the latest data. It might be like, is it really working? You can set it to +2, something like this to see. 1 yeah, 1 2 2 2 1 2 1 2 2. So it is definitely working, and it is actually what we want. So yeah, that's how we can solve this problem by using existing technology, which is basically your ref, and yeah, without introducing a new hook. Comparing to the solution here, useEvent here, it's kind of like similar approach, but it's slightly different. Is that even though you can search for the conceptual implementation here, yeah, it's basically the same actually. useEvent internally handle creators ref and update the current in the layout effect and return the stable callback. Here, what we're doing is the same. We use a stable callback to retrieve the data, but the level is different. Is that the solution here we are trying to introduce is to work under use callback. We're not trying to replace it. The useEvent is actually trying to replace callback. So it's one level above. You can see that the useEvent, there's no dependency on useEvent. Yeah, there's no dependency. So this one actually, this closure, I would say, this function will be recorded on every render. Though it's cheap actually, it doesn't matter that much maybe. But the mental model is no matter what you want, no matter what you change, this useEvent will just give us the latest copy of it, latest version. It's kind of like something in the middle, or proxy, the stable proxy that retrieves the latest version. But our approaches here is different. Is that if you want some piece of data inside of a callback, you can do something like this. Basically, use ref data. You can use one or multiple argument, and this function will be stable, and you can use it. But actually, this function, you can see that it's similar to useEvent, and actually, it is useEvent. So yeah, it's basically useEvent in a more fine-tuned fashion, on the slight per data level, or you can use it overall, like outside from the entry, like send. You can like useEvent and ignore all the details. I don't know which one is better. I'm not sure, but I believe that useEvent is the better way. Yeah, there's a lot of reasons explained, so you can take a look here. But anyway, I've showed you this demo that you can somehow solve this problem with the existing technology, and which might be not that bad, I would say. So adding this one get data to the callback dependency, because it's a stable, it should be. I think it's pretty easy to understand what is going on. Yeah, this is it. I'm hoping it helps understand the concept of useEvent. Yeah. See you next time. Bye bye.